Hey everyone, welcome back to the Pajamas podcast. And boy, has it been a second. I've really been focusing on just the actual making music process, and to just be straight up with you, I just don't have the time all the time to make podcasts. So it's just been nice to kind of force myself to to make some. So that's kind of what this is, man. I'm getting back into the routine and the habit of interacting with people that are in sort of each niche of the things that I do. So I make music, I'm trying to get better at posting content. I have been streaming on Twitch a lot more recently. And then, I've realized that this podcast has just kind of gotten neglected. And there was a point where I was so into podcasting and making podcasts. And to be honest with you, I was not getting the result that I wanted out of that. And so it was just really discouraging. It was just really hard for me to continue putting time and energy into that because, I'd get like 12 listeners on a podcast. And I don't know, I'm just kind of sick of looking for the metrics to validate the reason that I do something. Because if even just one person listens to my podcast, my whole podcast, and appreciates it, then, who's to say that I'm making a bad call to make more? And especially if I'm somebody who I think benefits from making videos and talking about his thoughts, then why not keep doing that? So here I am, man. I'm back. Boy, what's been going on? My last podcast I think was in like August of 2021, which is like 5 months ago, which is just insane, man. So crazy. I'm happy. I'm not going to talk as much about that. We're back, man. We're back. Pajamas podcast is back. What's been new with me, man? Well, I got a new song out. It's called Helpless. Since that podcast has dropped. And that song has been doing really well. I've really kind of zeroed in on the way that I process my ads to like get a good response out of like Facebook and stuff like that. That's been dope. I have been working with Jorge a lot more. Jorge JJL. We have a project that is actually coming out in the next couple months. We've been working on this song called Alone for it. And I'm really excited to see where that leads because it's just it's a very different kind of approach to making music than our first project, which is Blossom with my good friend Nick, or he goes by Pigpen as an artist. This project, it's more like pop culture referencey and like inspired by, I don't know, just different pieces of pop culture. And it's just been cool because sorry, I gotta turn my phone off. When I've been, just as I've been growing up and all of my life, I've really just always been referencing like, oh, you remember that one TV show or like this character from whatever. It's just funny because I've never not been like thinking about like, oh, that reminds me of this, or like I'll be in the studio with somebody and they'll start playing some on the guitar and I'll be like, oh, you know what, that's kind of like this song from whatever. And so it's just like, I think the challenge now is to sort of reverse engineer some of the songs to have like kind of like a pop culture modern day application, and then it's just like a little bit more of a snappy idea, I think. So that's what we're working on. We were gonna tentatively call it Cortez Caravan. Thought it'd be fun to do like a food truck type thing, where we had like a truck that like had those words on it, because we both wear Cortez all the time, the shoes. But I was just like, some people don't even know what that means, like what Cortez is, and it's just already such a pointed name. I think we're trying to really lock in the audience, but I'm excited about that. I actually want to play one of the songs that we're working on from that project. I'm gonna get that loaded up here. But it's called Forrest Gump, and I would say that there is definitely not a shortage of songs with that name, but I don't know, I feel like we have something unique to add. So let's see, here's a mix that we've been working on for that. I'm gonna play that right now. Let me just make sure this isn't too loud. All right, here we go. Give me one quick second. Okay, now I should be able to do what I need. Let's figure out where we're at. Boom. All right. This is Cortez Caravan with Jorge. Hopefully you like it.
I told you if you were ever a shrimp boat,
let's turn that up a little bit.
I'd be your first mate.
I love this little intro, but we can't keep it.
I'm gonna be calling you sir.
Cortez on my feet like I'm Forrest Gump. Looking for my Jenny, but I'm sorta stumped. All these girls friendly, but I know the bluff. They've been feeling lonely, so they tryna cuff. I've been on the run from the trauma in the past, in a flash like I'm Barry Allen.
See what I'm saying?
I know they see the clout and they see the talent. They play the guest on my show like I'm Jimmy Fallon, but I know they acting like they Michael Callen. I've been with my bubbas and Lou Dans to make a profit, trying to hit the tropics with 2 cans and heavy pockets. Vision 2020 since way back.
And that's the thing with Jorge, is he just has like this, just this like pop culture heavy referencey style, and it's like how can I compliment that better, you know?
Life is like a movie with the Lord as the director. I'm living carefree, but I'm feeling all the pressure.
They've been feeling lonely, so they tryna cuff.
All these girls looking friendly, but I know the bluff. I've been searching for my Jenny, but I'm sorta stumped. Cortez on my feet like I'm Forrest Gump. I said they been feeling lonely, so they tryna cuff. All these girls looking friendly, but I know the
And I was proud of this verse.
I've been searching for my Jenny,
I'm usually
but I'm
just dogging
sorta
on my
stumped.
verses, but this one is fire.
Cortez on my feet like I'm Forrest. Look, alright, dapper down with my lieutenants. So who mentioned it? Find us up on the stage, throwing roses and two-stepping. Some problems up in my past, transacting for new blessings. To find my peace with the Lord, I paid him his due penance, forgave him my transgressions. Been wrestling for my hope, from the top of the rope. I can hop on the boat, I won't sink, I got his hand on my wrist. After the storm, all my brothers and me catching the shrimp. His staff comfort me and my bubbas got this little company growing from steel roots. As solid as ground under me, I never pay no mind to what lies tell me. And I ain't tripping on these dimes, I'm a fine Jenny. Life's a lesson, I've been
So
telling
dope.
them to handle it with care.
Yeah,
Be reminded
yeah.
how I'm crafting all these letters into prayers, living moments.
I just catch him like a feather in the air.
To the day I see him becking from the stairs. Come on, they been feeling
It's
lonely,
dope.
so they tryna cuff. All these girls looking friendly, but I know the bluff.
And then it just kind of fades out at that point. I mean, honestly, like we do just the hook again, it rides out. But man, I just love that song, man. I love what it means, and I love I love how fun it is, man. You know, and I'm just excited to have a lot more music come out that's a lot more focused on just fun, you know, because a lot of my solo material is based in, you know, struggles I'm having, things that I like really suppress and hide, and so it's kind of nice to just have like a less somber approach at times, you know. Everything else that I make, it just tends to have this sort of like skew of like I'm so sad, like where can I go in life? And it's like that's what I feel sometimes, but it's nice to kind of let that go when it's time to let that go, man. You know, I am feeling pretty optimistic, to be honest. You know, and this is just why I didn't want to do the podcast for a long time. I just didn't feel good, you know? And it's just like just this last year, you know, I've really been having to heal and find my individuality, because I was in a relationship with somebody for like 4 years, and you build so much of like who you are around like one person, and it's like I had to like, it took a long time to let that part of myself sort of subside and to find who I am as an individual to replace that person, if that makes sense. You know what I'm trying to say? Like it was so important for me to let go of the sort of dependency and almost just like denial of like self expression. It's like everything that I was just felt like it was wrapped up in this other person, and it was just not good, you know? And I had to fully heal. And there were moments where I felt like I was able to, you know, succeed in finding, you know, creative outlet, and, you know, in things like this podcast, like just things that I could participate in, especially with, you know, trying to form an audience. It's just so hard to like go through something and just be like, yeah, whatever, here's more content, you know, because I was just depressed and anxious, and I was in therapy for like a year, you know. But I'm just listening back to this song, and it's like, dude, like that was like back in October we finished kind of that cut of the song, you know. And while there's probably going to be, you know, little tweaks to mixing and mastering, probably have to take the quotes out from the movie in the beginning from Forrest Gump. I don't know, like I just feel better. I feel so much better now, you know? I feel like I can just approach, you know, music and business and content in such a like fresher way now. It feels less like I'm doing it to get a certain response, as much. It just feels like I'm doing it because it's fun and it's natural. And, you know, the numbers and all that stuff are just secondary. And what comes of it is cool, but it's not what I'm doing it for. You know what I'm trying to say? And that's been cool. I do have a girlfriend now, which has been wild. We met on Tinder, which is crazy because I would say the audience in that space is definitely not what I am looking for, if that is something I could say. Like by and large, you know, like a lot of people on Tinder are looking for something like quick and easy. And I'm looking for like a long-term committed relationship with a Christian person. And at the same time, I was on like Upward and Bumble and Hinge, just all of them, dude. I just wanted to find somebody who could complement me. And I feel like I've done that, man. I want to formally announce my girlfriend. Her name is Savannah. She is really, really smart. Her name is Savannah. I said that. She's 23, so she's like my exact age, which is, yeah, it's always been like a couple years older or younger. And so it's just kind of fun to have somebody who's just like right there with me. I'm 24 now, so I guess close enough. She's super into Disney and I don't know. She loves her TV, and you know she's like me in that she could watch a movie once and then like you would never want to watch that movie again with them. You know what I'm saying? Like she'll quote the whole thing while you're watching it the second time. Like we watched Dodgeball the other night, which was hilarious and so dumb. But that's why it was great. It was like self-aware dumb. You know, it wasn't like it didn't happen to be dumb. It's like they knew they were making it's like Napoleon Dynamite. You know what I'm saying? And so we're watching the movie and she quotes something and she's like, yeah, I saw this when I was 12 once. I was just like, oh my gosh, you're me. Oh, it's so great. She's dope. And I got this little like photo projector thing the other day. Not projector, like printer, and I couldn't figure out how to use it. And I came home from work and she had fixed it. So if you're on the video podcast, you're seeing it right now that she's got like, there's this like photo of our hands together that I had taken on my phone one time, and she printed it out. She printed out another one that I put on my fridge. Just all these cool things. Like she's just so considerate and thoughtful. And what I was looking for in my relationship, or whatever it would be, you know, moving forward, was somebody who could, you know, understand my individuality and how important it is for me to get, you know, certain time alone and to focus on certain things. And then sort of to be able to meet in the middle as two people afterward, you know, and so I was like, hey, you need to know, you know, me as a content creator, as somebody who wants to make things, to be a musician, this is what I'm going to be in life, you know? I need to make sure that's okay with you. Is that okay with you? And she's like, yeah. And I said, you know, sometimes I need alone time. I want to make sure that I am somebody who is, you know, whole and complete, and then brings that to you, you know, as somebody who's not like trying to, you know, piggyback off whatever you got going on and make me feel good. I want to feel good, and I want us to meet in the middle, and then, you know, have that be the overflow. And she's like, yeah, that's dope too. So like, you know, sometimes she'll come stay with me, and we'll take like a couple days. And what's dope is I can just be in the other room, you know, doing something on my, you know, my headphones, and she'll be over there doing her thing on her headphones, and we'll meet up, you know, later, and we'll do something fun. We'll do something fun together. We'll make some food. We'll go on a drive. We'll go to church. And it's just so dope to have somebody fit into my life so greatly, just because I've looked for it for a while. And, you know, I have to be a little bit slower, I think, in my it's just tough when you go through certain traumas to go in with like the same eagerness, just because you have to guard your heart, you know, you have to be careful. But she makes it difficult, you know, to not just give it to her. So I'll be honest, that's a little gushy and weird, but I like her a lot and she's dope. So there's that. That's been a highlight of my recent time. I've been really, you know, getting a lot more engagement with my reels. on Instagram. A lot of people, artists that are trying to pop off are posting on TikTok and stuff, and I don't know, it doesn't really seem like that has really worked for me yet, but as somebody who doesn't really get a lot of photos taken, and already, I just think have so many things to juggle. It can be tough to be like, yeah, let's go take some photos. So my Instagram grid can get kind of neglected at times. And, again, I'm at a period in time where I'm trying to really up my participation in all of the different ways that I can. I'm trying to make more TikToks and Reels and podcasts and Twitch stream and music and actually drop stuff. And what I was thinking the other day is, why don't I just take the things that I've been posting on TikTok, just post it on Instagram? And not like what I've done in the past, like little goofy videos trying to promote my music, like real, solid clips. And so I've been taking either this or my iPhone. I got the 13 Pro, and there's this feature in here, cinematic video, and it's kind of like, I don't know, it's kind of lazy sometimes to me to use something that has like an artificial background blur if I have like a real camera, like what I'm shooting my video on for my podcast. But here's the benefit, is that I don't have to worry about, like, it takes like half as much time to do it on a phone. And so I'm able to get, a very professional looking product, but I could get it out at the coffee shop. I don't have to bring my camera back, stuff like that. And so I've been using that and like, doing my own like text and, like little zooms to try and make it interesting. And it's like, it's been fun. People seem to really be engaging with that, and to, enjoy hearing new music from me. Even if it's not actually putting out the song, it's like, it's like a way I can kind of promote and give a snippet, and also just gauge, potential interest. So if people really get excited about one song, it's like, well, easy peasy, that can be the next song I release. If I can, it just kind of takes a little bit of the guesswork out of promotion and, putting something out. So I've been happy about that, I guess, also. What else, man? I'm all over the place, aren't I? I've been getting really into a few different TV shows, which is a funny thing to say on the back of saying that I don't have time for content. So whatever, I guess. I guess that's just an accountability thing at times, huh? I've been really getting into, well, here's one thing. I did get really sick like a month ago, like right at the turn of the new year. I got really sick, and I don't know what it was. I didn't like test for anything, but I was not feeling great. I stayed home for a while from work, and I was not in good shape. But I was like, well, I need something to do. What am I going to do here at home? And I started watching Succession. Succession is an amazing show, bro. And what's so funny is I'm a huge fan of Chris D'Elia's podcast, and on there he had been talking about how he doesn't have like, he doesn't really want to dedicate the time to watching new things, like new content. And he was like, I don't care. I don't want to watch Succession, And it was just funny to me because I remembered hearing that. And then a couple days later, I was like, what am I going to watch? I need to find a new show. And then I saw it. I was like, maybe I'll watch Succession if he's not good of it. Bro, that show was so, so good. I was blown away. I love Jeremy Strong. He's somebody that I've really enjoyed their acting for a bit. He was in The Big Short, which is one of my favorite movies. I really like movies that are sort of statistical in nature, like The Big Short or, Moneyball, movies that have, I don't know, like an informative sort of skew to them, and you can kind of learn something, but it's also entertaining. And that's what I feel like I had been getting out of his work in The Big Short. And so I was like, well, let me see what I can do with his other content. Gosh, I'm getting distracted because I'll be honest, my computer had like this pop up on it, and I was trying to fix it just now. And so I just need to come clean. I need to be honest. I'm very sorry. What I'm trying to say, Jeremy Strong, such a good actor. Love him in Succession. I love that show, and I love the smarminess. One of Macaulay Culkin's little brothers, I always say it's the wrong one. It's Kieran. I used to say it was Rory. Rory Culkin. It's Kieran Culkin. He's in this show. He's amazing. He is so good. You have to watch it if you have a spare moment from all of the content creation you are doing. That's been fun. I was really into, man, I think I've talked about how much I like Barry. I'm so excited for season 3 of Barry. It's kind of it almost feels like it's like the golden age of TV shows. Even as like actual TV is just kind of tanking, people are like, I feel like we're winning for sure. Us as consumers. We're getting just the best content ever. I love how my heat always comes on right as I'm trying to do a podcast also. That's dope. Thanks. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot to the heat. Hopefully we get the fridge in a minute too. Woo, bro. Just kind of fill my look, I hear it. It's so loud. Gosh. I'm just going to go turn it off. Give me a second. I'm going to go turn off the heat. So annoying, dude. Always with the heat. It's warm enough, dude. Just quit. Just leave me alone. Back off me. And how much you want to bet, too? I come home later, right? Because I got to go somewhere today. I come home later. I'm sure I forgot that I'm going to forget that I just turned off the heat. And I'll be like, why is it so cold in here? Oh, yeah. Why is it so cold in here? Oh, yeah. It's because I turned off the heat. Why is it so cold? Oh, yeah. Yo, Wordle? You guys play Wordle? Dog. I don't mind some Wordle, bro. My sister showed me that game. She was like, you would like this game. It's vocabulary based. And you have 6 tries to guess a 5-letter word. And they'll tell you if you get one of the letters right. And they'll tell you if it's in the right spot. You got to figure out the word. And I was like, how come I haven't been playing this game? How come I haven't been playing this game for months, Stephanie? And, bro, let me tell you what I got today. Spoiler alert, if you have not gotten the one from February 3rd. Look at this junk, man. All right, let's see how I can make it so it shows on the camera. But all right, I come out heavy with yearn. All right, that's a good starting word for me because it's like, you got sometimes Y with the Y. And then I did spark, start, scarf, swarm, and then we ended up getting the dub with shard, okay? Down to the wire, last try. Almost whiffed it, dude. But I prevailed. I was happy about that. Another sip of coffee for me. What else, man? I don't know. That might be it. For now. I try to keep my solo podcast to like 20, 30 minutes because I sort of feel like people are so used to sitting around for an hour. And I don't know if I need to do that. I just kind of wanted to let you guys know where I'm at. And hopefully you are getting something out of this. It's something that I think I need to commit to a little bit more. Honestly, it just it does so much for me to kind of just talk through certain things. One way you could support the podcast is by sending in a voice message if you had like a question or a conversation topic. Right in the Anchor like show notes, there's a button to submit to the podcast any kind of question or voice note, and I will for sure use it. I've already got a couple saved that I'm trying to all use in one episode. So if you could please do one, I just want you to go to the show notes, go to just anchor.fm/Cole Tyndall, and that's going to be in the show notes. And then right in there's a button to submit a voice note. I would appreciate that. If you don't want to do it that way, you can just message me on Instagram, give me a voice note in there, and I'll get it in the podcast. But I would love to sort of participate with you guys more. And let's get this thing to the next level, man. No more sitting around. Like I'm trying to get this podcast to be the biggest podcast in the music space. And that's a big goal, but you know what? Let's do it. We're going to do it. All right. That's all I got for today. Pajamas podcast. I'm so glad to be back. I will catch you guys next time. All right. Peace.